This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Coming up in this week's broadcast, ATQ Territory learns more about risk management, students appreciate it, and do you need a taste of the islands? These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. Thanks for joining us for this week's Adventist News. We have care, custody, and control in our churches, said Tim Northrup, President and CEO of Risk Management for the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, at a meeting held by the South Bahamas Conference in conjunction with the Atlantic Caribbean Union on February 23, 2020 at New Providence Church. Northrup spoke to the members within the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists on child protection and church safety. Northrup admonished the congregation to follow steps in making their churches safe spaces for children and the membership at large. Among the highlights were the importance of having a screening of volunteers that deal with children in our churches, and it was underlined that all abuse must be reported to a designated person, if suspected. Churches are to be consistently evaluated for risk control by an assigned individual or individuals, and emergency safety procedures need to be known by all members. The Seventh-day Adventist Church Organization in the South Bahamas, in turn, emphasized the importance of child protection and church safety and has agreed to carry out these procedures for improved standards within our conference. At the meeting were also administrators from the other three fields within the Atlantic Caribbean Union, and further meetings continued throughout the week. The campuses of Bahamas Academy were buzzing last week as they gathered to celebrate their annual Students Appreciation Day, which was held on February 20th, 2020. The students were so excited to experience all that was in store for them. At the Early Learning Center, they were engaged in activities both on and off campus. Some were taken to Menchie's Frozen Yogurt and Atlantis, while others enjoyed treats and games on campus. The secondary division rolled out the red carpet for their students as they hosted a banquet under the theme, A Day in Paris. Students were treated to a 5-course meal which was served by the staff. They arrived garbed in formal wear and were welcomed with the melodious tunes of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Pop Band. Bahamas Academy loves and appreciates its students and endeavors to express these sentiments every day, but especially on Students Appreciation Day. The school would like to thank all who supported these events and to their invaluable parents for entrusting their children into their care. Bahamas Academy continues to strive for excellence as they train heads, hands, and hearts. Food and culture comprised a special day that highlighted a taste of the islands of the Bahamas at the Early Learning Center of Bahamas Academy last week. The toddlers took part in a parade of our Bahamian heroes where they displayed persons like our nation's first Prime Minister, Sir Lyndon Pinling, and Sir Milo Butler, our first Governor General, and the contributions these persons would have made to our country. The air was filled with familiar Bahamian songs and culture as the children performed what they learned about their country. Parents participated in a contest including our national tune of Rake and Scrape to the delight of the students. Every year this event is held to enlighten the students on the history of the Bahamas and the wonderful treasures that are found within our 700 islands and keys. Please stay tuned and we'll be back with your upcoming events after this short break.
Do you want to exchange your average life for deeper faith, greater power, and more ministry impact? Saved by Grace, the first ever spiritual awakening and empowerment series by the Women's Ministries Department of the South Bahamas Conference, will allow women from all walks of life to exchange a dry, thirsty, and sometimes broken service for one that transcends more than we could ever think or imagine by accepting God's grace, which is greater than all our sin. Come and drink of this life-changing water that will spiritually quench and hydrate us as Sister Beverly Williams ministers to us nightly. You don't want to miss this exciting, power-packed week, so come listen as we delve into specific issues affecting women, which sometimes hinder our ministry, such as mental illness, menopause, depression and anxiety, loneliness from grief, infidelity and alternative lifestyle, lesbianism and promiscuity. See you at the well.
Welcome back to Adventist News. Here's what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. This weekend, a joint Adventist youth program will be held under the theme, The Pursuit. Come and share if it is acceptable and how to pursue a lover. That is this Sunday, February 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the New Providence Adventist Church on Soldier Road. Elections for executive officers for ASI, the Adventist Layman Services Industries, for the 2020 through 2025 term will be held this Sunday, March 1st, 2020 at 4 p.m. at the Grand Sound Church. ASI members are encouraged to become financial by February 28, 2020 in order to have all membership and voting rights. Barry University, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Bahamas Podiatric Medical Association, will be hosting free foot clinics starting this Sunday, March 1st to Friday, March 6th throughout New Providence. The Adventist Health Professionals Association will also be partnering. All persons with any foot complaint are invited to attend these clinics for free services. There are also opportunities for volunteers to assist with these clinics. For more information or to volunteer, please call Dr. Monique Mitchell at 242-802-FOOT. The South Bahamas Conference Youth Department will host an adventure camporee on March 7, 2020 at the New Providence Community Center on Blake Road. For information on registration or for those with an interest in volunteering during the camporee, please contact the Youth Department of our conference. The Women's Ministries Department of the South Bahamas Conference is hosting an evangelistic series under the theme Saved by Grace, the first ever spiritual awakening and empowerment series to be held March 1st through 7th at the New Providence Church on Soldier Road will begin at 6:45 every evening. Women from all walks of life will be led to accept God's grace through messages from speaker Beverly Williams. Specific issues that affect women will be discussed. The women from within our conference will also be a retreat on March 20th through 22nd on the island of San Salvador under the theme God's Daughters Embrace Mission. For more retreat information, contact the department at 242-357-8030. The South Bahamas Conference Retirees Association is having its first meeting for the year on March 5th at 11 a.m. at the Philadelphia Church in Elizabeth Estates. All members and those wishing to become members are invited to attend. The Berea, Breath of Life, and Good News churches are encouraging you to veganize your meals. Learn to cook 3-course wholesome meals on Sunday, March 15th at the Breath of Life Church at 2 p.m. A small donation is required. Call 242-636-0330 for more information or contact the health ministries leaders at any of these churches. AMR Music Ministry, in conjunction with the show Eternal Pages from Word SBC 88.3 FM, will host a concert featuring the music of Alison Moret Roll and Chosen You, along with the music of Roger Mike, on Sunday, March 29th at 6 p.m. at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church in Flamingo Gardens. The concert will showcase original songs from the show. Cat Island Adventist Advancement Society invites persons to travel with them to Cat Island for the Easter weekend, April 10th through 12th, 2020 for homecoming. For further information, contact Elder Norman Seymour at 242-457-0067. For information on these events and more, visit our conference website at southbahamasconference.org, where you can view the news as well as various programming, read the weekly logos, or please feel free to call our headquarters at 242-341-4021.
I am Chelsea Gibson, a gem from the Philadelphia Seventh-day Adventist Church, and this is your tip for today. The teenage years are a period of intense physical, emotional, and mental intellectual growth. It's also a time when your child develops habits that can last a lifetime. You can help your teenager reach optimal growth and development by instilling lifestyle habits that support a healthy and happy body. Eat your fruits and veggies. It is recommended that teens get at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. Fruits and vegetables provide important vitamins and minerals your teen body needs to grow and function properly. Get moving. Exercise does more than burn calories. Engaging in physical activity helps keep the heart and lungs strong and produces endorphins, which are chemicals that improve mood. Watch what you drink. Your body is almost 2/3 of water, so staying hydrated is most important. Teenagers should aim to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. The number increases for teens who engage in sports and are especially active. Other good sources of fluids include 100% fruit juice and low-fat milk. Sugary and caffeinated beverages should be eliminated from the diet completely as they provide excess sugar and empty calories. If you don't snooze, you lose. Teenagers need at least 9 hours of sleep each night to function at their best during the day. It sounds easy enough, but with early morning start, late afternoon practices, and hours of homework, getting enough sleep can be a challenge. Set a regular bedtime that allows for 9 hours of sleep before your teen has to get up for school. Your teen should also engage in at least an hour of quiet time prior to bedtime. The goal is for all electronics to be turned off at night so that the brain and body can relax. Remember, 1 Corinthians 10 verses 31. Therefore, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do it all to the glory of God. I am Chelsea Gibson, and this has been your health tip courtesy of the Adventist Television. Remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
We go now to our news feature from around the world with the Adventist News Network.
Thank you so much for joining us this week.
First, in the news, Germany and the world was saddened by a racially motivated attack that took place in the city of Hanoi on February 19. The attack left 11 people dead, including the victim and his mother.
The shootings were centered around 2 shisha bars in immigrant areas of the city. 5 of the victims were Turkish citizens.
In light of the attacks, the Adventist Church in Germany released a statement expressing their sadness at the attacks. The statement says, in part, the president of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Germany, Werner Dullinger, is stunned by a racially motivated terrorist attack that ended with 11 dead in the city of Hanoi just a week ago. There's no rational explanation for such a hideous act. As a church, we react with shock, horror, and lack of understanding to this brutal and inhumane event in Hanoi. Our prayers and compassion go to the victims and their families.
The statement also expresses the Adventist Church's unity in mourning with the relatives of the victims and sincere hope the survivors receive the support and help they need to process the trauma.
The statement goes on to say, as Christians, there must be no place for anti-Semitism, xenophobia, or misanthropy. The great ethnic and cultural diversity is part of our image as a worldwide church. Everyone, regardless of who they are, is a human being in the image of God. Their life and integrity must be respected and protected.
To read the full statement, visit news.edu.adventist.org.
Carnival, a festival held around the world just before the religious observation of Lent, is often characterized by the large amount of alcohol participants consume. This year, Adventist young people are encouraging them to stay away from liquor. Zero Alcohol, Stay Alive is promoted by the Adventist College of Campo Grande, located in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. On February 20, professionals were on campus to give lectures, demonstrations on traffic laws, and talk about the consequences when the rules are violated. The idea came when teachers met to discuss alcohol consumption by teenagers and the number of traffic accidents caused by drunk drivers. According to one of the creators of the project, Professor Christiane Silva, the objective is to raise awareness and alert not only the students, but also the population about the use of alcohol, especially by drivers. According to the report by the World Health Organization, drunk driving and speeding are the main causes of accidents among young people. During the presentations, the students also heard stories of people who suffered from or caused an accident as a result of drunk driving. After the presentations and activities, the students met with the team from Operation Lea Seca and went to the streets of the neighborhood to share what they learned. The young people brought posters and pamphlets with messages about the harmful effects of alcohol and the importance of respecting life.
International Media Evangelism Ministry, It Is Written, has partnered with Advent Health, a faith-based nonprofit health system, to develop study guides for groups interested in learning about health from a biblical perspective. The Creation Life Study Guides incorporate Advent Health's whole person health philosophy in welcoming an easy-to-remember approach based on the Creation Life framework. The Creation acronym stands for choice, rest, environment, activity, trust in God, interpersonal relationships, outlook, and nutrition. Over the years, Advent Health has developed an array of whole person health materials that have been used by a variety of institutions, congregations, and ministries. When Advent Health got the call for this opportunity, the health system gave It Is Written permission to use the existing Creation Health Bible program as the foundation for the new studies. Pastors and ministry leaders expect the guides to be an effective tool for witnessing in a more accessible way. The Creation Life Study Guides are available now at itiswritten.com, and in the future will also be delivered through the It Is Written Bible Study app. Advent Health plans to make them available to team members in 2021.
That brings us to the end of our Adventist News for the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Please feel free to share what is happening at your church by sending us your news stories and upcoming events. Feel free to email them to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com or call our media department at 242-341-4021. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist News along with other programming, or to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, please visit and subscribe to the conference website, southbahamasconference.org, our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook and Instagram pages. On behalf of the production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, have a happy Sabbath, and thank you for watching this week's broadcast. I'm Adriel Hepburn for the SBC Media Network.